Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, guys. I've got some truly fascinating and potentially game-changing news for all of you Packers supporters out there. Something's brewing in the NFL, and it's got everything to do with the Green Bay Packers and their quest to get back to the Super Bowl. We've been hearing some whispers, some rumors that might just shake up the NFC North and even the entire conference. And believe me, this isn't just idle chatter. It's coming from some of the most reputable sources out there, like Adam Schefter himself, who's been dropping hints about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the landscape for Green Bay and their division rivals. So let's dive into what's happening. According to the latest rumors, the Cincinnati Bengals, who are currently sitting at a 4-3 record, are considering trading their wide receiver Tee Higgins. Now, Higgins is no ordinary player. At just 26, he's already established himself as a top-tier receiver with the kind of hands and route running that make defenses sweat. And let's be honest, Higgins is a player who can take over games, especially in the red zone. We've seen him do it all: 32 receptions, nearly 500 yards, and 5 touchdowns just so far in 2025, with an impressive 90. 3 PFF grade and a +0. 32 EPA per target. That's elite production. His contested catch rate is around 75%, and he's especially dangerous in the red zone, with a 68% touchdown rate in that area. That's the kind of threat every offense dreams of having. Now, the Bengals, looking at their cap situation and the fact that they're still trying to extend Joe Burrow, might be willing to part with Higgins in exchange for a third-round pick in 2026. Interestingly, they're also reportedly interested in acquiring Eric Stokes from Green Bay, which would not only help free up some cap space, about $6 million, but also bolster their defense. For the Packers, this trade could be a game-changer in multiple ways. First, it's about addressing their needs in the red zone, an area where they've struggled a bit this season. We all know that after losing some key players to injury, the Packers' offense has looked a little less explosive. They need a true red zone threat, someone who can make those contested catches and turn red zone drives into touchdowns. Higgins, with his proven track record, would be exactly that. But let's look at the bigger picture here for the Packers. You've got Christian Watson emerging as a key offensive weapon, and alongside him, Higgins could elevate the entire passing game. Remember, in 2025, Higgins has shown flashes of being just as impactful as A.J. Brown was for the Eagles in 2022, averaging about 180 yards per game, transforming the offense with his ability to make contested catches and yards after the catch. With Jordan Love at quarterback, who's been steadily improving and showing signs of becoming a top-tier passer, the addition of Higgins could push the Packers' offense into a different stratosphere. His stats, while impressive, don't even fully capture his impact. His route running, his ability to find soft spots in zone coverage, his hands that rarely drop a pass, all make him a perfect fit for Green Bay's offensive strategy. And let's not forget about the Packers' overall offensive environment. They've been somewhat inconsistent this season, especially in the red zone where efficiency has been hovering around 53%. With Higgins, that percentage could jump significantly, perhaps to the 66% range, a massive leap. That kind of improvement is exactly what a team needs to turn close games into comfortable wins, especially in the NFC where competition is fierce. Green Bay's offensive scheme, with its emphasis on quick passes and yards after catch, is perfectly suited to maximize Higgins' talents. His 75% contested catch rate and his ability to generate yards after the catch, 4.8 per reception, are exactly what Jordan Love needs to keep defenses guessing and to extend drives. Now let's talk about the defense, because the trade isn't just about bolstering the offense. The Packers have been solid on defense, especially with players like Eric Stokes, who's been recovering from injury but still represents a key piece for the future. The potential acquisition of Stokes by Cincinnati makes sense for both sides. The Bengals get a talented young cornerback who can help shore up their secondary, and the Packers open up cap space that can be used to invest elsewhere, maybe even in their pass rush or linebacker core. This kind of roster flexibility is crucial for a team aiming to make a deep playoff run. And speaking of playoff runs, this trade, if it happens, could be a real shot in the arm for Green Bay when it comes to their Super Bowl aspirations. With the NFC being so competitive this year, every edge counts, and adding a player like Higgins, who's proven to be a top red zone threat, could be the difference between an early exit and a deep postseason run. The Packers are also leveraging their offensive scheme to maximize the potential of their receiving core, and Higgins would be a perfect complement to Watson, creating that dynamic duo that defenses struggle to contain. Now, as we analyze the current season, it's clear that Green Bay's offense has shown flashes of brilliance but also moments of inconsistency. Their yards per game aren't among the league's top, but with the right pieces, they could elevate their performance significantly. The addition of a player like Higgins could be the catalyst for that leap, especially given his ability to make plays in critical moments. His presence would also take some pressure off Watson, allowing the Packers to diversify their red zone options and keep defenses guessing. On the defensive side, acquiring Eric Stokes and potentially freeing up cap space to reinforce their secondary and pass rush could make Green Bay a much more balanced team. Remember, the Packers have historically been a team that builds around their defense, and with the right additions, they could become even more formidable. The synergy between the offense and defense is critical, and this rumored trade might just be the move that unlocks that synergy for a deep playoff push. Now, what does this mean for the NFC North? Well, if the Packers pull this trigger, it's going to send shockwaves through the division. The Vikings and Lions have been impressive this season, but with Higgins adding that red zone threat and Stokes bolstering the secondary, Green Bay could very well reestablish itself as a division powerhouse. It's worth noting that the division has been somewhat unpredictable lately, but a move like this signals that the Packers are serious about contending for a Super Bowl right now, not just rebuilding or planning for the future. And let's not forget about the betting odds. Right now, Green Bay's Super Bowl chances have been somewhat modest, but if this trade goes through, those odds could shift dramatically from plus 800 to plus 400, according to some sportsbooks. That's a huge boost, and it shows how much faith the betting community has in Green Bay's potential if they add the right pieces. It's not just about one player, it's about the message it sends, that the Packers are all in, ready to make a serious run this season. So in summary, a potential trade involving T. Higgins and Eric Stokes could be a turning point for the Green Bay Packers. It's about boosting their red zone efficiency, adding explosiveness to their offense, and tightening up their secondary. The chemistry between Jordan Love and Higgins could be electric, reminiscent of the Jordy Nelson era when they had that reliable, dynamic receiver who could step up in big moments. This move could redefine Green Bay's identity as a perennial contender, capable of competing at the highest level and making a real push for another Super Bowl appearance. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. This is a story that's still unfolding, but one thing is for sure, the Packers are making moves, and they're doing everything they can to put themselves in the best position to contend again. Whether or not the trade materializes, it's clear that the team is thinking big, aiming for greatness, and preparing to battle for a Super Bowl in the near future. So keep your eyes glued to the news, stay passionate, and let's see how it all unfolds. Green Bay fans, the best is yet to come.